Good morning. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Realty Institute of Canada and member of REIC, Realty Institute of Canada Toronto chapter. Today we are starting our fifth connectivity conference for FRI. All members of Realty Institute of Canada and also Institute of Real Estate Management are welcome to join and participate and update us about issues and concern or market updates. So welcome you all. And we're going to start our program. I'm going to do a small presentation a little bit later, but we have Mr. John Bowen. He's a national director from REIC. So I'm going to ask him to introduce himself and tell us a little bit update at the national level. And then we'll talk to you about the market update for the cottage industry. So John.
Good morning, Tahir. Wasn't really ready for any updates, but I'll tell you a little bit about myself.
Sure.
As a long-standing FRI, I'm a realtor with Realty Executive Plus, serving the GTA, and I also do real estate referrals all over Ontario up into cottage country, where I've been spending a fair bit of time recently. And that's just a point that I'd like to make to sellers and buyers who are considering to hire a real estate agent. You know, take it seriously, look at their qualifications, and don't just say, okay, I know Fred, I'm going to call Fred. When I do real estate referrals, I may not refer the same realtor to Fred to buy an income property versus to buy a cottage versus buying a condo. You want to go and hire a specialist. And that's what we promote at the Real Estate Institute of Canada, is higher education and getting those specialists for sellers and purchasers to offer them the best service available.
Fantastic. So Barbara, you got 1 minute. You want to introduce yourself and tell us, and then we'll continue the conversation. Less introduction like John did. So Barbara.
Hello, I'm Barbara Morris. And I've been a FRI for many, many years, from 93. And I've had the pleasure of meeting so many nice, intelligent, educated, mainly educated personnels. And for me, that is very important because it lends help for my clients. I can call on anyone in our group and ask for help, for information, and pass it on to my clients. Clients are looking for answers from time to time, and it is very important that you're able to have those answers right at your fingertips. And I find that the FRIs, we do that.
Barbara, which brokerage are you with?
I am with right now Peak Prime. It's a small brokerage. And as a matter of fact, broker of record is away for a couple of days at the moment. And I am the broker of record for those couple of days.
Good for you.
So, yeah.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. Gerald, can you open your mic, please? Go ahead and introduce yourself, Gerald.
Thank you. My name is Gerald Tostowaryk. I'm with Century 21 Urban Realty in beautiful, smoky Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The smoke is clearing up a little bit. There's forest fires in BC, but it's been a little better the last couple of days. I haven't seen the sun in at least a week, although I did see a brief glimpse of it momentarily covered by smoke on Monday. So I started out some 25, 30 years ago in residential, and then I moved into strictly commercial for a number of years. And I followed where the clientele was leading me, and it's basically now I do small, medium, commercial, multifamily, and residential in the Edmonton area. So that's a bit about me.
Wonderful. As I mentioned to you, I'm a broker of record for City Pro Realty brokerage. We deal with residential, commercial. Like John mentioned that REIC produces the industry leaders. And not only that you learn the education knowledge, but you also rub off a lot of experience from very senior member of REIC who have been fellow for very many years. So you get that experience by attending seminars or education program that our chapter offer to our membership. So you get to see the people you never imagined that you will ever be able to see those people because of connectivity and networking within our education program, as well as meeting your fellow friends within the chapter and talk to them and discuss issues and also make a referral. The good thing about it is that we have REIC has about 8 chapters across Canada, correct, John?
Correct.
And each chapter has a multiple designation program. REIC has the professionals. So you are able to give a complete solution by connecting people. If I have to make a refer to somebody out of my jurisdiction, who should I be reaching out? FRI, because I feel confidence, because they're industry leaders, recognizing we follow the highest professional ethics standards, and we know each other because we are one part of a REIC family. So this is why it's very important that if you need a transaction, that you need my help, I'll find a Gerald in Alberta to help me to make a deal there. So this is how we connect each other. We build our personal relationship, and that's the power of connectivity that I created, because connectivity is like a brick wall. If one link is broken, you have no connectivity. The wall will fall apart. That's why connectivity is very important. I think I did a post on social media about that. So connectivity is like a brick wall, and if one brick is broken, there is no connectivity. That's why it's very important to have this connectivity through REIC, because you are a FRI, you are a CLO, or you have so many CPM, and many designation program in counter management or appraisal. I believe there's appraisal designation also, John. There are a couple of more designations.
This CRP, Certified Reserve Planner designation, Certified Leasing Officer, Certified Real Estate in Finance.
Yeah, so these are related to the real estate. And then we also have other specialization where you can do that. So when we are referring to each other, we are building business. So rest assured, if you're a consumer or a corporation looking upon FRI or CPM or other CRP, CRPM, whatever designation, we have this network that we can help you. So I think that I'm going to check with Ken if he's available. Otherwise, we're going to do the small presentation for you guys. Ken, or he's still camping? Okay. Ken, are you available to join for a few minutes? Ken? I think he's uploading the car stuff for his bike. So let's do a small presentation to all of you, and then we'll go back to the topics and we discuss that. So allow me. So this is our 5th conference, so common stuff. So the goal of Realty Coffee Talk is to create connectivity. This is very powerful, very important, and also increase awareness. Because of it, we need to build consumer confidence in real estate. Consumer are those people who are buying residential property, or owner of the corporations or partnership who are buying commercial real estate, and promote good ethics and business practices, because we are FRIs, Fellow Real Estate of Canada, and we follow the highest professional standards across Canada. So my goal is get to know each other. In this case, FRI, all of us who are joining today, we are good friends. We've been working together, but hoping that more and more FRI, another member of REIC or IREM will join us. So we need to get to know each other so we can build long-term partnership and make a reference and make facilitate business cooperation. Like John mentioned that, you You have a specialized area, waterfront properties. You talk about residential, commercial, income property, retail plazas, units. So there are various type of businesses, and we have specialization in member of REIC. So word is in your hand, because FRI is a powerful designation and have a network of real estate professionals across Canada, only available to REIC members since 1955. My goal is to ignite the spirit of connectivity and cooperation with FRI
1 hour.
Connectivity Network.
You can call me back in an hour.
Morris, can you stop that voice, please? So more confident is in,
Yes, I did.
thank you.
Sorry.
So more confidence is to refer our clients to FRI, like John Bowen mentioned, he's a national director and is a past president of REIC Toronto chapter. So you feel more confidence. I'm going to share some statistics with you, how many realtors are in Ontario, how many realtors are in Canada. So you can see that how many people have chosen to seek higher education and knowledge. Here you go. There are over 130,000 realtors across Canada. And as of today, by visiting REIC website, there are 511 FRIs, including 38 FRI-E and FRI-A, 549. So they're all two together by adding those 511 plus 38. And there are 90,000 plus realtors in the province of Ontario. This is based on RECO information because it's strong. And there are 297 FRIs, and plus we have 11 FRI-E and A, total of 308. Last month we have about, I think it was 309. So some people are renewing it. So this is a statistic. You can imagine that these are dedicated FRIs who are seeking speed and knowledge. And look at the percentage, 308 over 90,000. And similarly, 549 out of 130,000. They are rare species. So this is our market update. We talk about it. Lots of people don't know the map. So green is Toronto region. They are region by region. Dufferin, you have this color right here. Durham is this area, which include Oxbridge, Pickering, Ajax, Carlington. Halton is this region right here. Halton, Milton, Oakville, and Simcoe and Peel is Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. York, this area. So you can see that these are the area where we use Toronto Regional Real Estate Board statistic. So this is as of June. You can see we're going to quickly go through it. People are familiar with this information. So average price in 905 area is 1.329 and 416 is almost 1.7. And semi 1.267 million in 416 and 14,926 in 905. 905 includes Mississauga, Brampton, Milton areas. So these are average prices. You can see the sale, detached sold in 4,884 and 416 sold 1,085 in June. So you can see that 905 is growing. People are moving away from the big cities and 905 is growing. Townhome average price is 941,474 in townhouses in 416 and 836,851 is average price in 905 area. Condo 717,466 in Toronto and 416 and 905 611 610. So you can see that average price in 416 area is higher than 905. I believe Mississauga is the second highest after Toronto in these categories. And if you need a very specific information, you have to pull the report for that location, community as well. So let's look at the year-over-year percentage change. This is sale 15.9% in 905 and 21, almost 20%, 22% in Toronto, 416 detached home increase. So average they're showing is 24.8% average price change, and sale is about 17.1% from last for increase from last June to this June. Semi-detached, look at this, 61% increase in 416 area, unbelievable. And sale average increase was 19.8%. So Toronto took the lead in Sammys. And price of the Sammy was minus 1.9 in 416, but increased 21.5% in 905 area. So 905 area is picking up, as I mentioned you before. Detached home, 29.4% again increase. Let's go back. Give me 1 second. It jumped. So the detached home, 29.4% increase in average price. And again, the detached home sale increase in 416 area. So townhomes, 17.4% 416 and 28.5% increase sales in 905 area. Similarly, on 416, Sammy, a townhome, 9.9%, but look, 21% increase average price in 905 area. Condominium, 48.6% increase in sales and 78.4% increase in 905 area, because 905 area is a wide area. So you can see that sale is picking up in 905 area away from 416. So 905 price average was 6.7% increase and 905 is 15.9%, almost 16% increase. So you can see that. So you can see this here, sale again, June last year, 8,645, now 11,106. And this is average price again, 931,131 to 1,089,089. So I'm going to show you the slide that shows this here, right here. So sale was up 28.5%. New listing is minus. You can see this 16,208 and is now 16,189. So 0.1% low. Active listing minus 17.93, 19.3. And average price 17% increase from average. Please viewers watch this. The average price is just based on all the houses, semi-detached, condo, townhomes. But if you want to find out what the real value is, market value, you have to connect with an FRI who's also a realtor. He will provide you a CMA for the property. So this is just a generic information to make sure that you get very specific to your property. And you can say list days on the market minus 28%. So it's going down. It used to be 18 days. Now it's 13. And then the property day on market 26 to 17, minus 34.6%. So you can see that. Here is some information that I want to share with you from 2020 January. You can see that January here, we have a 4,546 and the average price was 838,087. Look, in January, we are more than 50% more in January, and sale price went 966,068. So over 100,000 and more than 100,000. So same thing is in February, 7,193, 910, 910,068, 10,938, 1,045. So you can see the jumping from there. March last year, 7,944, 902, 737. And March, we have 50,000, double, 15,635 sales and 1,097,322. So as you know that since we introduced a lockdown in March 15, so sale went down from April because we were adopting new mechanism, how we conduct ourselves, RICO, Korea, our board, they gave us a different training program and guidance to how to follow the health guideline, and we start adopting. But remember that this April in 20, we have a 2,957 in April in 2021, 13,638. So there is not really a comparison here because we were beginning with the understanding the COVID and lockdown. So there is not really comparison, but you can see from there, from March to April, we went down. Our sale went down, I would say about 2,000 here, and our average price dropped, let's say, over $6,000. So we went down. If you can see that May, 4,594, it was 863,000. So from February 910, the highest, went to 863, 563. But here in May, we are 11,930, and we went higher up again, 1,108,357. So that is the highest so far reported average price of homes in GTA. So June, 8,645, 931. So you can see that we recover in June, and our June here, we are 11,106 transaction and 1,089,000. So we came down again here about $18,000 average price. But you can see this June transaction, we are 11,106, whereas July last year we were 11,033. So we already surpassed the July 2020 sales transaction in June. So this is a good sign, indication that, and if you look at this annual, we have a 95,070 transaction. Average price was 929, 629, and year to date we are already 70,133, and average price is 1,175 based on 5 months, 6 months. So we have 6 more months to go ahead. So this is just to give you a chart of average. In 1975, we did 22,020 sales and average price was 57,581. And in 2020, we sold 95,070 and we have a 929, 629 as average price in 45 years. Same thing is, same chart in a chart shape. 925, we went here in 2020 from 1975. It's the same from the trap. So this is a market economic indicator. So if you're familiar with that, Q1 is still the same 5%. And Toronto employment is 9.2% employment growth. And Toronto unemployment is 9.6 in 2021, May 20. I didn't have the June figure yet. Inflation, year over CPI is 3.6% showing upward trend. Bank of Canada overnight rate is 0.25 and prime rate right now is 2.45. These rates are fluctuating. Bank offer various rates, and right now we did a transaction was the mortgage rate fix was 1.69 5-year fix, and variable is going 1.31% variable. So this is me. So these are our chapters, and also national office. These are all our chapters. We have talked about impact. We can roadmap to reopening. We can have a general conversation and activities. We'll talk to all our family members. So our next meeting will be July. Sorry, I have to change this one to August. So I'll update this to you. Back to all of you. So John, how do you like these figures?
Figures can be very, very confusing and deceiving sometimes, is my my analysis. I'll maybe give you a few stats from north of the GTA.
Yes,
If you're ready for that now.
Sure, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
And again, yeah, a lot of generalizations, but a couple different areas. The Lakelands area, which comprises Parry Sound, Muskoka, Halliburton, you know, they've seen the average median price go from 420,000 to over 600,000 in the last year. Those are based on just the newest June figures coming out for June 2021. And the reason I say it's so deceiving is because, you know, that doesn't really mean anything in the overall scheme of things, because you have to look at, you have to hire a professional who is experienced in a specific area, because there's $200,000 properties in there, and then there's $2 million and $20 million properties in Muskoka, but the average price comes in at 608.
Yeah.
And so for Lakeland, the easiest breakdown is waterfront and non-waterfront.
Correct.
Waterfront properties have gone from about 680 to 880,000, and non-waterfront from 450 to 585. Both of those represent about a 30% increase year over year, June to June of this year. The sales activity is a little more interesting. Usually it's a 50% each of waterfront versus non-waterfront typically in any month. From June to June, the non-waterfront stayed about the same at about 390 transactions, but the waterfront has fell significantly from 395 last year to 290 this year, which represents over 25% reduction in sales activity. And as you've mentioned before, Tahir, that's just a function of less listings, less days on market, less availability, and more demand from buyers. And the last one I'll give you is from the Bancroft, touching on the Kawarthas. I don't know if you heard this on the news, but I was surprised to hear it's actually one of the highest increases in prices in all of Canada in Bancroft. And you know, it's a 3-hour drive to Bancroft. I'm fairly familiar with that because I have relatives on one of the lakes up there. And it's, you know, during the pandemic, the drive has not changed. It's still a 3-hour drive to Bancroft. But the difference is that people can maybe stay there 4 days a week and come back to the city 3 days a week, or they may stay up there for weeks at a time and work on a Zoom call. Imagine that. And so the prices there have gone from a very reasonable 280,000 average last year to over 460,000 this year. That's the 64% increase. And it's getting a little crazy. You know, I have people I'm showing from, you know, a small building lot under $1 million to people looking for, you know, a large cottage for their extended family and grandkids, you know, at $3.5 million. And what I'm telling them is just hold tight. You know, you don't want to get involved in huge multiple offer situations. Yeah. Things will cool down. Just wait it out for cooler heads to prevail.
Yeah, wonderful. So how do you feel, John, because you are a CPM and you're also a real estate broker, how do you feel that transition? Because before you used to work with somebody, correct? And how do you, now how do you feel this decision and freedom that you enjoy now? A lot more, isn't it?
Yeah, I always have enjoyed working on my own. And even when I worked for corporations, they were smaller to mid-sized corporations. There wasn't a lot of bureaucratic red tape. And that's why I actually joined those organizations, is because they trusted me to look after their property needs. And I had the freedom and the flexibility, to work hard for them, but also, take the time off when I needed it.
Okay, Gerald, can you tell us what's going on in your part of the area, how things are happening, how you're also instructor as well, I believe, for REIC. So can you tell us in the market situation in Alberta?
Thank you, Tahir. I've actually got a 35-page presentation. No, I'm just kidding. I do have a one-pager. May I share my screen?
Sure. Yeah, let me give you the access so you can share it. Okay.
All right. While you're doing that, I'll put a plug in for my wonderful real estate podcast.
Yeah, you go ahead.
The Real World of Real Estate is my podcast where I talk on different topics in Western Canadian real estate. So there's my plug. All right, let me share my one screen here.
And I want to give a shout out to Gerald for his podcast as well. I don't know if that's the same one or a different one, but the one you told me about, I checked out, to do with Custer's Last Stand and all sorts of travel information. You give a plug for that one too, because that was fantastic.
Thank you, John. Yes, I do have another one, a little less well-known, called The Fact of the Matter. And there's actually two of them. Some other guy stole my name. He probably had it before me. But there's another, my podcast has a picture of a magnifying glass on it. And basically we research the facts behind many different historical events, historical situations, things like that. And we try and come up with the most likely facts. I think Custer's Last Stand was a 3-part series. So thank you, John. But okay, I've got my,
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'll just share. So you should be able to see the statistics, the June statistics.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's just actually one page and then a little bit
That's
on a
fantastic.
second page.
Fantastic.
So, pardon me?
That's fantastic. One page.
Thank you. So let's start here with the selling price. The average overall selling price in Edmonton is a little bit less than the GTA, just a tad lower. We're 399,000. That's overall. And the median is the point at which half of all the sales were above and half of all the sales below. 365. So that tells us that the average was higher. So there was a few more higher priced homes and lower priced homes that sold. The average single family home price, 491,000. Average condo, 239. Average duplex row house, 361,000. And as you can see, the year-over-year price increases are also pretty substantial, 14%, 11, 7. Although we did have quite a dip in January, February, March, April last year, March, April, May last year, when we went into lockdown and COVID hit. So new listings, 3,100. Sales 1,900, so that's roughly about a 65%, I think 2/3 sales to listing ratio. Our inventory is dropping a little bit. We're about 62.57. The high roller, the largest single family home that's sold here would probably be a small one in GTA, 5 million. Largest condo, 2.3, and largest duplex, or not largest price, 710,000. One thing I will say, if anybody's an investor looking to invest in single family in Western Canada, I think, and again, you have to do your homework like Tahir mentioned earlier, but I think it's a really good opportunity right now in Alberta to buy condos. Our condo market got overbuilt in the heat of the 2006, 2007 years, and condos have been a little bit of a slump as of late. And I believe that the condo living is going to return. We look across North America and we're seeing revitalization of the downtowns of the major cities. We're seeing transit-oriented development. We're seeing increasing densification. We're seeing walkable neighborhoods. So the downtowns, the condos, the smaller properties, I think are going to return over the long term. And the long-term trends are the ones you want to look for. So just putting a personal plug for anybody thinking of investing, that's something to look into. And here's our average days on market. Dark blue last year, light blue is this year. I caution everyone about days on market because as part of marketing, we do tend to, I don't want to use the word manipulate, but we do tend to do things to try and make our clients' listings look less days on market, look fresher. So I always caution everyone a little bit on average days on market. I see your days on market are very low, so things must be going on and selling the same day or next day there. That's a pretty heavy or healthy market. And one last thing I wanted to show here, these are all benchmark prices, and I don't entirely understand the benchmark homes, so I won't go into that. But look at the prices, our prices here. Last year during COVID, things calmed down, but since February of this year, it's been on a pretty steady increase price-wise. So things have been very healthy here as well. So that's my report on the Edmonton area. I'll get back here and stop sharing my screen. Let's see.
That's fabulous, Gerald. You know, I think you're right. You know, people who are looking at investment properties, you can't get a decent sense of return on investment anywhere near Toronto. So if you're looking, not to have a negative cash flow, Edmonton and probably all of Alberta is a great place to look at for a positive return on investment.
I agree. All the investors in Toronto should sell everything they got, come out here, buy through me.
Okay, Barbara, you have anything?
Yeah, I would just like to ask Gerald. Gerald,
Yes.
what would the rental situation be like then if one would buy a property out in your area and is not going to be living in it themselves, obviously? We're in Ontario. What would the rental situation be there like?
Yeah, good point. The rental vacancies are a little higher right now. The numbers vary. There's official numbers, then there's CMHC numbers, which you can pretty much ignore. And then there's a good organization for anyone who wants to invest out here, Alberta Residential Landlords Association out of Edmonton, and I believe Calgary has a landlord association also. You get to talk to the owners, you get real numbers on vacancy, but basically vacancy numbers are running anywhere between 5 to 12%, depending on the neighborhood, which is on the high side for Edmonton. It'll eventually stabilize. Our long-term vacancy rates are generally under 5%. So hence part of the reason why there's a bit of a dip in the market, the condo market.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can see that.
So anything that we have interesting coming up or any update? I heard that you have an award dinner sometime in November, John?
Yes, there are a few things planned. The first one coming up will be on Thursday, September the 9th.
Okay.
Realty Corner.
Okay.
And that will be with a gentleman from the CoStar Group, and I don't have his name handy.
Okay.
The next event would be the IREM Global Summit Conference in October for IREM members. And then on November the 30th, I believe that's a Tuesday, is our Toronto chapter annual awards dinner. And we're just working on that. We'll provide further details as we get a little bit closer.
Wonderful. That's very important because idea again is to educate everybody. Activity. I'm hoping that more and more our chapter will join us and have a conversation, get us, our viewers and also our members to know what's going on in the marketplace. And the biggest topic that is coming up, which I have done a TV show, Realty Coffee Talk on Thursday, a couple of weeks ago, is that the city of Mississauga is seeking additional power from the city, from the Ontario government to impose additional or have authority to impose additional taxes, revenue tools. So they have reached out to many other corporations so they can collectively and collaboratively lobby to the provincial government to put a municipal land transfer tax similar to what was given to Toronto, City of Toronto. That's going to impact us a huge. Mississauga Real Estate Board, I think our governance chair committee, Michael Kennelly, give a deputation to the city of Mississauga. So yes, the council about how impact of this additional land transfer tax. So this is going to be very big. I think it's going to become a election issue. Back in 2014, I did a deputation to the city council when Bonnie Krambi became a mayor. At that time, she promised that she will not implement a new tax, and she kept that promise now. And during my presentation to the city council, there was $90,000 infrastructure deficit to maintain infrastructure. That has bloomed in 7 years to $3.5 billion from 90 million. So where this money will come, who will pay for it, federal, provincial, other things. So that is the big issue coming up. And nothing has happened. And obviously they showing about projection, about $75 million they can generate a year if they add another land transfer tax for city. And some having a car in Mississauga, you have to pay $45 additional license for each car over and above MTO. And they were showing so much, but even they get the $74 million, you still have a $3.5 billion infrastructure capital deficit. How are you going to come up with that? So this is a big topic. I think our provincial election is coming next year and municipal, and the year after that going to be federal issue. They all have to come with some ideas. These politics about not to burdening us more taxes, but smart thinking is spending investment and not printing these what they call notes. And we have already passed $1 trillion federal deficit. So I'm seeking out to a chartered accountant consultant to come and explain to us the deficit, federal and provincial deficit, in our next presentation on third week of August. I believe it's 18th of August, then we'll have our next conference. So we're going to make it more exciting. I'm hoping that more and more people will join us. So John, you want to add anything to anything else?
I want to say something.
Sure.
Gerald, can you hear me, Gerald? Yes?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Gerald?
Yes,
Thank
I
you very
can.
much for that. Thank you very much for that information. And I'll be in touch with you. I should be able to get your information. And I'll speak with you soon again, okay?
Thank you,
Out
Barbara.
there, yeah.
Did you want me to,
And
did
go
you want
ahead.
me to put it in the chat window, the information, or?
No, we can speak on we can speak off, yeah.
Okay.
We'll be in
Sure
touch
thing.
after. And
Thank you.
I'd like to congratulate Tahir again on his recent award
Thank you.
that he got from REIC. It was well earned, Tahir. Well
Yes.
earned. You
Tahir,
worked very hard
Tahir,
for
why don't you
that.
tell us about the award? Tell everyone the
Yes,
award you
yeah.
John, when
Yeah.
they going to give us the award? That award is on November or what?
still don't have it yet?
No, yeah, he
yeah.
received, it was a virtual award at
Virtual.
the REIC National Conference, but have you received it yet in the mail?
No, I received nothing.
Yeah.
No communication from
Oh.
National whatsoever. I was wondering, was it I hope it was a serious.
Well, let's, you know
I-
what, I think we should do is I'm going to ask them to hold it until November. and we will
Oh, yeah.
present it to you at the our Toronto chapter annual awards dinner, and I'm sure you will come out and join us there.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
I love
that's
my,
what I thought would happen. They want to present it to you in person, Tahir. But that was nice. And John, thank you very much for all your information. Nice
Thanks,
seeing you
Barbara.
all.
Good to see you again.
well, thank you very much.
Mhm.
We are reaching our time, and I really appreciate everybody participation. And we need to, in our next meeting, we want to make sure that we invite our friends. So Gerald, you can invite friends, and I have 6 more chapters we want them to come and participate and tell us, because this is recorded, then it's shared on all social media, and people know what FRI is all about, Real Estate Institute of Canada is all about, IREM is all about. So more education, the more awareness we increase, the people will demand, they will ask, who's FRI? Why don't we hire FRI? Because FRIs are realtor too. So it's the price of one, you get two, FRI and realtor. And you know, that's why also some FRIs are CPM, like John and Ken Finch, they're FRI, they can do property management as well as real estate. So talent is there, knowledge is there. Is us is to educate you and inform you. These are the pool of talented professionals or member of REIC and also IREM, and you should hire and think about them. Go to reic.ca, search their name. You can looking for property managers, search there. You're looking for real estate professional or FRI or CLO, go search there. You will find it there. And also learn about how much effort they take to learn this designation program, subscribe to the services, what effort and continuing education is involved with the meeting and enjoying. So
You know,
on behalf of Realty Coffee Talk, I take this opportunity to thank you very much for your participation. You can watch this video on realtycoffeetalk.com or subscribe to my YouTube channel, realtycoffeetalk.com, and this video will be uploaded. Our next program will be on Wednesday, August 18 at 11 a.m. And Eastern time. So thank you very much, John, Gerald, Barbara. Thank you very much. Ken has to leave, so goodbye, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.
All right.
bye-bye for now.
Thanks,
Thank
Tahir.
you very
Bye-bye.
much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See you, Gerald.
You guys.